So I'm just going to show you what we do in my house every day and how we do our little training routine. This is my front door. And we have dogs around us barking, so it's an extra distraction that makes her better at what she does. If there's more distractions around, then she has to concentrate better to do this right. So obviously we're going to come in the front door and she's going to wait, and I'm going to say okay, and she walks through slowly with me. Notice how she's not pulling me. If I walk through super slow, if she goes ahead of me, the most I'm going to do is just do a little kind of prompt. It's not a correction, it's just like a little signal that she's gone a little bit too far ahead of me. I'm going to do a little circle here, go back, close the door. We've got a friend hanging out on the sofa playing his guitar. Sit. As an extra distraction and a real life thing that might be happening in any household. Doesn't everybody have a guy on the sofa playing guitar? And so I'm having her sit. And she loves to do her stationary mat exercise, which the mat's already down in my living room. And she loves to go there, but she knows that she has to wait for my permission to go there. So she's waiting for me to pat her chest and say, go to your mat. And then when she gets there, I'm going to say down. She's very familiar with this game, and I'm going to say good and give her a reward there. And this exercise, this is the way that we'll be doing it in your living room as well when we come and deliver her to you. This exercise is supposed to be done initially in the main area of like the most traveled area of the house, which usually is somewhere near the front door because that's where people come in and out. That's usually where the dog is the most excited on average. Good. So by doing this mat exercise in the most traveled area of the house like this, we teach the dog to be calm in this area where normally they might bark or jump on people when they come home or anything like that, or when somebody knocks on the door they bark, or some dogs even get overstimulated, they get aggressive. So whatever the issue is, this is a great way to make it a lot less and to resolve it. So right now I'm just walking to different places in the room. I'm going to walk over here, come back. Every time that if she stays down, every time I come back to her, good, she gets a reward. I'm even going to walk behind her here. I got a little hallway back here that I'm going to go into and then come back. That's always something that makes dogs pop up as you walk behind them. Good, pop up. So also, I'm going to sit next to my friend here on the sofa and just put my feet up a little bit. Because very often when you sit down, it's an invitation for the dog to come over. But she knows to stay there because, good, she gets a reward for that. Because there's only one way that she ever leaves this mat. No matter where I go or what I do, if she gets up, I'm going to say no. And I'm going to calmly but firmly put her back, which means if she got up when I was sitting on the sofa, I would have gotten up. I would have taken the leash. If she left the mat, I would have just done a little left circle like this, put her back like that. Or if she just stood up, I'd grab the leash. You just say no one time, step on a leash and put her back, and go back to doing it again so that she knows she has to do it one way. And then when she does it successfully, good, she gets a reward. So I'm just going to go in here, just out of her eyesight in the kitchen, and come back. Good. Actually, why don't you stand back, camera lady? Thank you. And I'm just going to do this. Close these double doors. That can be a trigger to have dogs get up and open them. Very good. Good. So, as you can see, she can handle a lot of things in the house. Maybe sometimes walking past with an odd object or something will trigger the dog to get up. Good. So you practice all this kind of stuff. And once you know she can do that, then you start doing things that are harder for her to handle, like leaving her alone in a downstay while you leave the house, knocking on the doors and things like that. First, I'm going to start with the doorway back here. I'm going to go into the hallway, I'm going to close it, knock on the door. Before I do this, I'm going to remind her what I want her to keep doing, down, because this is difficult for her to do. Oh, good. Very good. And that's hard for her to do, so good. 2 pieces. If she's doing something that is at a higher level of concentration it takes for her to do it properly, give her a little bit more of a reward, because she'll know the difference. Now I'm going to step out, and I'm also reminding her, because this is a little bit harder, so it's okay to remind her what you want her to keep doing. This is not repeating the command. This is just helping her continue to do it. Down. I'm going to ring the doorbell. Knock on the door. She's still there. Good. I got to open this hallway door so you can hear the doorbell better. I'm going to go do it again. This time I'm going to bang on the windows too. Down. Banging on the windows. I know she can see my shadow from out there. Knock on the door, ring the doorbell. Good. So once you have a dog that has this level of concentration and you practice these things, she'll be better if you do this in your home. And she's already done it in my home. Every new environment that they practice the same things in and they have successes there, for every new environment with new people that they do it with, they get better and better and better. The byproduct of being able to do these things is a dog that has more concentration, has a much higher tolerance to stress, that will in general stay calmer around different circumstances, be a lot easier to handle. So you want to keep doing these exercises, even if you just do this mat exercise for 5 minutes a day in your living room. Once she's perfect, like she hasn't made one mistake since we've done this, then it's time to do something different. Like if she was going to stay longer, I would probably move this mat farther into my kitchen. I'd be going through those double doors, closing them, and then going outside. I'd just add different things to what I'm doing now to try to trip her up, because you do want her to make little mistakes occasionally, because then you know that you have some work to do in that situation. If she never makes a mistake, you need to do something different. Turn the mat to, like, if we just had this room, maybe move the mat from there to the center of the room and have her head pointed that way, away from the doorway. Just even if you change the direction of where her head is, it can make it harder for the dog to handle, and so you can teach them a little bit better that way. But even now, just doing this, she's much better than she was before. Much higher level of concentration. One more reward. Good. And then I'm going to take her off the mat, and I'll just show you how we use the crate, which is right there. Let me close this door here. So we have an extra large crate here. This is a Great Dane size crate, which is not the size we use for her, but this is just the practice crate here in this room. And I'll show you how we've been using the crate with her. So to get her off the mat, I pick up this leash, stand back next to her, pat my leg and say, okay. Just right over here, have her sit.